we need to look at whether or not two shapes are similar figures. So we need to remember the two properties of similar figures. Their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are proportional. So first we're going to look to make sure that the corresponding angles are equal. Angles are equal or congruent. So angle A needs to be congruent to angle J. Okay, we're going to go with that because they're both the 90-degree angle, so it's pretty easy to see. They're both 90 degrees. Okay, because they both have the little box, so we know that. Now, we need to look at the other corresponding angles. This is where it might be helpful to redraw triangle JKL and put the right angle in the same spot as A. Okay, so if we do this, we're rotating this figure and we're rotating it so that the 9 is here on this side, which means that the K is here. This is important to make sure that we're having the angles in the right spot. So this other angle has to be here and that has to be L. So that means between K and L was 15 and between L and J was 12. It's going to help us see it a little bit easier. So if we look from A up to B, B had one circle in it and K has one circle in it. So that means those two are congruent as well. So B is congruent to K because they have the one circle in the angle. Okay, so automatically that means C and L are going to be equal to each other. We don't even need to have these two little circles here to know that because two of the angles were equal, the third one's going to be equal. But we know that as well because of the two little circles. Okay, the two little circles there showing that they were congruent to each other. All right, so that's one part of it. Matching up your corresponding angles and making sure that they're equal. Most of the time when we're asking you about it, you're going to see that. You're going to assume that the angles are congruent. All right, so the second thing we need to do is check for proportional sides. So if the sides are proportional, that means that if you chose two sides from here and two sides from here that were corresponding, then they are going to simplify to the same fraction. Okay, so the ratios of corresponding sides making this like one shape, and then the other fraction would be the second shape, will simplify to the same thing. It's going to make more sense once I show you. And you may remember this from one of the other stations as well. Okay, so we have side AB, and side AB right here is corresponding to side KJ. Okay, so those are going to be the top numbers in each of my fractions. Okay, so those are 30 and 9. Let's use 30. And I'm going to use 9. Okay, so I'm going to pick another side from each triangle, and I'm going to go with AC, which means I need to go with JL, because that's the corresponding side. Okay, so we can actually see this one. AC is 40, and JL is 12. All right, so I'm going to simplify this fraction. If I simplify this fraction, remember you can use your calculator. Sorry. Okay, so you can use your calculator. Second, or no, sorry, you don't need second. Math, enter, enter. And it's going to give you 3/4. You also could put it in and get 0.75, and that can work too. So if we simplify this fraction, same method, we're going to get 3/4 again. Okay, so they both simplify to the same thing. So that means that they are similar. You could try it with the 15 over 9 and 15 over 9 and the 50 over 30, and you would simplify to the same fraction. It's not going to be 3/4, but it was simplified to the same fraction. So, no matter what size you use, it should simplify.